Welcome to 101 East. I'm Steve Chow. After giving birth in China, many new mothers and their babies spend weeks behind closed doors in an age-old tradition known as confinement. Strict rules govern this sensitive time. But in modern China, confinement has become big business, and families are willing to spend thousands of dollars to ensure the ritual is done right. On this episode, Ella Callan goes inside the private world of Chinese mothers to find out if confinement is medically proven or just superstition.
In downtown Shanghai, the stage is being set. The team needs to work quickly. Their client's fussy if he misses lunch.
Hello. Hello.
Today, baby Ian is 1 month old and he's about to be presented to the outside world.
Wait,
He's quite used to the fuss. He's been cared for in an exclusive hotel for babies and mothers since the day he was born. Soon he'll be going home with his parents for the first time. Every lock of hair is kept as a memento of this special occasion. It's all quite exhausting. Welcome to the world of luxury postnatal care in China, where tradition is carried out in style. Nearly 1.4 billion people live in China, but the birth rate is surprisingly low. Only 12.3 babies are born for every 1,000 people. Having a baby is a big deal, usually a once-in-a-lifetime event. But you won't see mothers here showing off their newborns for at least a month. A strict practice known as confinement means they're expected to stay indoors. Hi, are you Kitty?
Yeah, hi, Ella.
Hi. Hello. How you doing? What's your name?
Layla.
Layla. Nice to meet you, Layla. This is Kitty Boo and her family. She's our assistant producer. She's not your typical Chinese mum. She has 2 children and a third on the way. Do you think it's a boy or another girl?
I think it's another girl.
Yeah?
I think, yeah.
China's strict one-child policy was relaxed a couple of years ago. You can officially have 2 kids if you're an only child yourself. In Kitty's case, it doesn't apply because her husband is foreign.
Can you see the baby? She said all the brain activities are normal. She said the growth is good. Look, that's the elbow, Layla. And hand.
Kitty's family aren't sticklers for tradition, but her mum says she never questioned the need for women to do confinement after giving birth.
就像我的妈妈的妈妈就留下来一个生了孩子像一个功臣一样。
Zuoyuezi literally means sitting the month. It's deeply embedded in Chinese culture. As well as staying inside, women are expected to follow a strict set of rules, including eating special food. But Kitty refused.
我这现在看看吃什么呀？什么阿胶啊，什么海参啊，什么又是家里我想的那些坐月子要吃的一些东西啊。哎，准备了吧？结果3天在医院出来，找不着他了，上哪去了？也出去了。
Kitty is an anomaly. Even today, most women in China do confinement. They believe their health will suffer if they don't. And a growing industry is devoted to answering their every need. We've come to the far outskirts of Beijing to see what confinement's like. It took Kitty a long time to persuade anyone to meet us.
It's very sensitive, you know, they protect the baby from anything potentially harmful. So put masks on.
We're going to put masks on.
Good.
Shoes off.
Shoes off.
Anything else I should know?
Not to sneeze or cough and then that kind of thing.
Okay, let's do it. Wen Xiaowei is a confinement lady, or as I like to call her, a professional supermum. She's hired to help new mothers do this properly and has barely left this two-room flat for 28 days. She's busy preparing breakfast for the new mum.
今天早上起来就要是吃什么呀？
然后这些搭配几样3样菜，然后一个鸡胸素丸子，然后还有一个鸡蛋，还有小馒头。
According to traditional Chinese medicine, a mother's qi, or energy force, is badly depleted after childbirth, and certain food helps to restore it.
能跟我们说说这2锅都煮的什么汤吗？
一个是那个脊骨汤，猪脊骨，然后这个是我给它都煮几块山药。山药它主要就是补气血的啊。
那猪骨呢？
猪骨它就是保持它高蛋白吸收。
It's not only about food. Cold water is off limits.
就是产后，尤其是
New mothers, especially those who give birth naturally, shouldn't touch or drink cold water. It will affect their health because it's not good for digestion and will be a burden on their kidneys.
I have trouble following all the different confinement rules. There are just so many. But the important thing to know is that they're taken very seriously.
好多产妇过去就是
Many mothers, when looking back on the confinement, realize they didn't pay attention to it.
不注意的时候，你以后
That's why they get sick later,
比如说腿疼，
like pain in the legs and joints,
留下胃病，
like stomach trouble and kidney disease.
也会留下一些其他炎症的。好了，来。
Zhang Shasha is the new mother. Even though it's a warm spring day, she's wearing thick clothes and a woolen hat. The belief is that getting a chill could lead to joint problems when she's older. Traditionally, Shasha's mother-in-law would have moved in to help her with confinement. But this generation of Chinese mothers don't want to live with their parents.
主要我觉得就是因为专业。
I think the confinement lady is professional. Our parents took care of babies almost 30 years ago. It's been a long time. And they only have experience with one child. Living conditions and ideas of that time were different from nowadays.
Shasha relies on Ms. Wen to help her with everything, even getting up in the night.
You might think confinement ladies have easy jobs, but this is a really, really hard job. Especially the first 10 to 15 days, you only get to sleep 3 to 4 hours a day. And it's not like you get a full stretch of sleep.
She cooks 3 meals a day. She doesn't have to worry about the shopping, but then she does all the bathing and then the feeding, also the medication for the baby. When the sun is out, she also has to bring the baby to the sun. Hand washing the cloth diapers, cleaning up the kitchen, doing the mopping.
She sleeps with them too.
She does, yeah. So she gets up in the middle of the night for each and every feed. When the mother needed any help, she'll be bringing water, changing diaper. If there's dirty clothes, she'll have to change the baby.
Everything she's doing, I'm noticing she's washing in boiled water. She can't use tap water.
Yeah, that's right. Tap water is seen as basically not clean.
Right.
So if she's rinsing dishes before she serves that to the mom, she has to rinse it with fully boiled water.
Despite all the pampering, Shasha hasn't been outside for almost a month, and it's starting to get to her.
I looking outside through the window every day.
But you can't go out.
Yeah. I think next week I can go outside. Next week.
Next week?
Yeah.
Do you miss being outside?
Yes.
That's not the worst of it. During confinement, women are not supposed to shower, wash their hair, or brush their teeth. Shasha admits she only followed those rules for 10 days.
I think these rules are based on the living conditions of the old days. In the past, in China, when it's cold, there was no heating or hot water, and a new mother was weak. She might get sick if she took a bath or washed her hair. New mothers are really weak.
While I chat with Shasha, Kitty is getting the lowdown from Ms. Wen.
阿姨，你自己有小孩吗？
有
几个呀？
俩，
男孩女孩？
一个男孩，一个女孩。
这么好啊？多大了？
大的都结婚了。
大家都结婚了，他有小孩了没？
有，
也有了。那你得给看着吧。
那个我给他带了是2个月。
那你闺女太幸福了，我觉得。
2个月那个，然后我北京的客户就要生了，我就回来了。后来她婆婆给她带的。
哦。
带着她婆婆带的，她一直不满意的，必定没有我这个做专业的带的好，省事儿。
这个关上我就可以摘帽子，好热。
哎，来了，好了，宝贝。
Shasha and her husband pay Ms. Wen the equivalent of $2,600 for the month. That's 2.5 times the average salary in Beijing. Good confinement ladies are in high demand, and Ms. Wen has a really long waiting list.
These are photos of the kids I've taken care of over the past years.
A lot of babies.
All of these babies were cared for by me.
When
I started in Beijing, I felt really upset when I had to leave the family. Although now I'm more used to it, it's hard for me with every single baby. Some kids are now 6 or 7 years old and their parents are still in contact. I miss them so much.
It's time for us to leave. It seems Kitty has been won over by Ms. Wen and the benefits of a confinement lady. What do you think now? Do you want one?
I do. I do. I didn't want one before, but after today, I think I will ask her, are you available? Yeah.
To have someone doing all that for you is much easier, right?
It's just easier. It really is easier. And also, you know, you meet someone like this and you know she's being properly trained. And she really plans your day, which means you get the biggest luxury as a new mother, which is you don't have to worry.
Kitty might be convinced, but if having someone move into your home is not your thing, some women choose to sit the month, as only China's newly rich can. Shanghai is at the centre of a growing trend. Luxury hotels for women doing confinement.
Kitty, 你好. Ella. Good morning, Ella.
Good morning.
Welcome to our postnatal center.
Teresa New is the marketing manager of Cheerful Postnatal Care Centre.
This is to make sure that everyone comes in is not having fever or anything to potentially harm the mom and the child.
For any mum who's wished to prolong her stay in the security of a maternity ward, look no further. A fleet of nurses are on standby to care for the babies 24/7, behind a soundproofed glass wall.
See the blue one, the one with blue stickers, are boys.
Okay.
And the pink one is the girl. Hi. And they're all wearing uniform. Cheerful. Yeah.
So how many babies at the moment? 3, 6, 9, 12 here.
It's about half.
Okay. All are treated to daily massage and yoga.
This is olive oil, edible. That means even if the skin absorbs the oil, that is perfectly healthy.
So it's really like these babies are looked after by the nurses.
Yes.
And then the mothers get a break.
Yes.
Can I ask how much parents pay?
Yes. Currently, it's about 36,000 renminbi to 50,000 renminbi.
Okay, between 6,000 and 8,500 US dollars.
Yes.
Hi Tracy, congratulations.
Thank you.
Tracy has been here for 19 days after having her baby boy. Her husband Ryan emigrated to Australia, but they came back to China, mostly because they can get so much help here.
What's his name?
Ethan.
Ethan.
While baby Ethan is being fed, Tracy and Ryan take us on a tour of their room.
Home for 30 days. Great. It's like an apartment.
Yes,
Cool.
like hotel room, home for 30 days.
Yeah. Please sit down. You must be tired.
We're not so experienced. We don't know how to take care of a baby. And the professional people here are like giving us the knowledge and also help us and then had some hands-on experience before we actually take off ourselves.
Both Tracy and Ryan were the only child in their families. This is their first experience with a baby.
那你跟孩子的交流是什么呢？就是有的时候你要，
我想他了，随时随地可以过来啊，
他可以过来跟你玩，
可以跟我来喂奶啊等等。因为我是这样子，因为早上的话我还是尽量是亲喂的，然后让他来和我一起接触，我自己亲自喂他。那晚上的话，因为他们要保证我的休息和睡眠，因为毕竟是第1个月嘛，中国人很讲究坐月子，然后我都是用吸奶器吸出来之后交给他们，他们帮我来喂。
那真不错。你的休息现在可以保证吗？
啊，可以保证。
This gives Tracy time for other stuff, like getting back into shape. There's a term used in China, la ma, which means spicy mum or hot mama. It refers to women who slim down as quickly as possible after having children. Cheerful offers a quick fix for this as well.
Now the chief nurse is going to demonstrate how to help Tracy to do some light exercise.
She's going to roll that on her.
Yes.
And so a lot of women come here especially for this reason?
Yes, part of the reason. Not only the baby, but also the mother themselves. They want to restore themselves figure and live a healthier life.
然后尽量把那胸部整个曲线拉出来，把整个曲线拉出来，很漂亮的哦，这样。OK， 好，来爸爸来帮忙。腋窝在这里面，对。我跟你说，你看我们这 exercise 都很好，你们回去真的是要做，两个人这是爱的运动。
And it wouldn't be a proper confinement without the proper food. Guanghe Tang delivers meals to new mothers, including those at Cheerful. This is the most traditional dish for mothers during confinement, pig's feet soup. It's said to stimulate milk production. Dr. Frank Chung is famous for helping celebrity mothers get back into shape after giving birth.
So the broth they use is a special broth base, like a soup base.
Yeah.
So these are based on some theory that'll help you to digest quickly, so you can eat a lot and still keep slim.
Dr. Frank's kitchens carefully measure the calories needed during confinement, based on principles of Chinese medicine.
所以这个早上就开始吃这么丰富了。
So see how they eat during breakfast?
Yeah, goose liver for breakfast. Wow.
To me, this looks like an enormous amount of food each day for one woman, but Dr. Frank says it's nutritionally balanced so that women don't gain weight.
They try to make a variety of different food because there's a common belief in China that if you eat a large variety of food per week, say you have like 40, 50, 60 different types of food per week, then you can ensure a very balanced diet and an intake of different nutrition.
The average meal plan is $4,500 for the month. But the luxury menu, including abalone and lobster and a private nutritionist, costs up to $10,000 a month. Dr. Frank says it's all based on science.
So his idea is through eating these things, it helps the organ to go back to the old place. So you don't really need the extra fat to support your organs. But how do you eat to make sure the organs go back?
如果这时候你说你生完2胎了嘛，对不对？一般生完都要6个月还需要运动才慢慢回来。可是我们为什么说要吃月子餐？我让平常的时候我就让你是子宫恢复到原来位置，内脏回到原来的位置，你就不会有那么多余的脂肪去堆积的了。
I'm not so sure, but he has a long list of celebrity clients who say it works. Back at Cheerful, Tracy and Ryan are preparing for baby Ethan's swimming lesson.
帮我换下来，对不对？活动一下哦。他说一下吧，他说的。3、4、5、6。哦，不开心了，来伸展一下，伸展一下哦。我们要下水喽，下水喽。要放轻松啊。
new parents will have to start learning how to bathe and feed Ethan. They'll need to do it themselves when they check out in just over a week.
So do you feel ready to take him home?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we can have a try.
The postnatal center is a place for you to have some rest and to learn. But eventually, you have to take responsibility yourself. You can't live here forever. I wish I could, though.
For the final week, Tracy will keep Ethan in her room much more often. And she'll have no shortage of help from her mother and mother-in-law.
脑袋要当心啊！是要吃，又要吃了。哎，你去坐着吧，抱着他坐着吧。妈妈抱，妈妈抱。你干嘛呀？要吃了，看来张着小嘴还是要吃。你给他坐在座位上，然后你好好的抱。
I wonder what it's like for them to take the baby home, and all of a sudden this whole squad of people is gone.
It's like delayed onset parenthood.
Yeah. It really is a Disneyland for the parents, I think. In a way, they don't really get in quick contact with reality of having a new addition of the family, because everything is taken care of.
But this isn't the experience for the majority of women in China.
I think in first-tier cities, it's becoming more and more. I mean, I obviously wouldn't say that it's the majority people's choice, but it's becoming more and more common. Somehow, taking care of the baby is related always to money now. Whereas in the old days, you know, it's you putting in time and efforts. But now it's like, I need other people, I need help, I need money to be able to do this well.
As families adapt confinement to suit modern China, tradition seems to be giving way to rampant consumerism. Kitty's doctor is an obstetrician in one of Beijing's top hospitals. I ask her which of the confinement rules makes sense for mothers today.
No exercise. I accept that. This one from the science, well, I think the uterus after the baby come out is bigger. Then we want it to become smaller and smaller with the time. But if you exercise, make the uterus come down. We call this kind of prolapsed. And also in the Asian time, they say you cannot shower, you cannot, don't do the brush. That's just before. You know, before we see, because the building, before that, they say it's not, the room is not so warmer. So that's, they want to keep the woman warmer.
What about pig's feet soup?
Pardon?
The pig feet soup.
Pig feet soup, okay, I have the soup every day. Fish soup or pig feet soup. Oh, I have no choice. Family cook for you. They just give you soup. We believe that can help. But it's truth, maybe not truth.
Before leaving China, I go back to meet Shasha for a coffee. She's finally allowed outside.
I was really happy to get out on the first day. The air felt fresh and it looked pretty outside. But there is one big difference compared to before. Now, I'm always reminded of the fact that I have a little one at home, so I can't stay out for too long. I'm always worried about him, if he's hungry, if he's crying, so the feeling is different.
Shasha wasn't ready to let her confinement lady, Ms. Wen, leave yet. She asked her to stay another month.
Do you think it will be hard when she leaves?
I think so. Because you get used to having people around you and to help you.
Staying indoors, skipping showers and pig's feet soup might not be everyone's cup of tea, but confinement also means that mothers in China can expect full-time support for at least a month after childbirth. And that sounds like one tradition that's worth keeping.